Today we're gathering around the campfire with Alexandria, a QHS member whose life is as exciting and grounding as a hike through the mountains. But what trails did she tread to reach these heights? Let's trek into the wilderness and discover the adventures that led Alexandria to where she is today.
Hello, I'm Alexandria. I'm 82, almost 83, and grew up in the 40s and 50s. On both sides of my family, I had great-grandparents who were early settlers in Minnesota. They were both from Finland. And my father's father was from Scotland. I grew up behind a jewelry store mainly. My father fixed watches and clocks, and my mother worked in the store selling jewelry and gifts. And so they were home all the time, home when we got back from school. I had two younger brothers, one 3 years younger than I, Bruce, and one 9 years younger, Jeff. They both since have passed away. When I was about 16, my dad took my brother and me to learn to play the bagpipes because of our Scottish heritage. He was very proud of that. And we learned the bagpipes. We practiced on a chanter for a year and then were able to play the pipes in 3 venues. Once halftime at the University of Wisconsin. We played at a parade in Galena, Illinois, and we played for a Robert Burns banquet. That was fun. My brother continued playing the pipes for several years, but when we moved to Minneapolis when I was 17, I was not able to continue in a band because the Twin Cities Pipe Band would not allow females. I did well in school, got A's in high school, and graduated. I think 11th in my class out of 500, but did not do that well in college. I had a C average, though I did graduate with a degree in botany and a minor in chemistry. I've never used either degree. After graduating from college, I worked for about a year, and then a girlfriend and I decided to move to San Francisco. We put an ad on the bulletin board at the university, got a ride with some guy who was going out to California. When we got to Yellowstone, he decided he wanted to stop and fish for a while. And we picked up a couple other guys who were joyriding from Colorado and took us to San Francisco. Well, that was a fun adventure. I lived in San Francisco for probably about 8 years. During that time, in the summers, I worked in Yosemite National Park, doing various jobs. I was the first female dishwasher in Curry Village. Worked as a maid for a while. My favorite job was working in the Glacier Point gift shop, and I got to drive a company car sometimes. That's how I lost my fear of driving. After San Francisco, I moved to Honolulu, Hawaii, and worked at Weyerhaeuser as a strapper operator, putting metal straps around pallets of boxes. I was the token haole. I only want to work nice places if I have to work. And I got to go to the beach on my days off, and other fun things in Hawaii. Then I met a man from Canada and moved there for a short time. It was just temporary because I am not a Canadian citizen, I had to keep coming back to the Seattle area where my girlfriend lived. And after he passed away, my friend let me stay with her for a while in this area. And then I eventually got a job, got my own apartment. I lived in this area for a long time, since about 1987, except for a few years when I went back to Minneapolis to help care for my father who had dementia. And then I stopped in Boulder for a couple of years. Moved back here. I'm just east of Seattle. I've had a lot of different jobs. The only job that was relatively high pay was the job in Hawaii. That was a union job, and I was able to buy my first car there. Otherwise, I've had a lot of temporary office jobs. I made chow mein noodles one summer, and I worked in a candy factory one summer. I earned aprons way back long ago. And I worked for many years as a travel agent. Now I'm working in a call center for a timeshare company during the week. And on weekends, I work in retail, straightening up stock and putting out new stock. I certainly don't want to get old. I've always been interested in healing. From the time I was in my 20s, I envisioned working in or managing a healing center. That was usually, I thought about having different types of practitioners there, for instance, chiropractic, rolfing, nutritionists, massage therapists, acupuncture, a variety of healers that would take care of everything. But now with QHS, I'm hoping to manage with a lot of training or work in a healing center to be able to help people with this wonderful technology. I have been pretty healthy all my life. I just broken 2 bones, an elbow in my 20s, and I broke a wrist about 12 years ago. I move around well. The only problem that I have is my vision. I've been nearsighted all my life. Most of my life I've worn contact lenses. For about the last 5 years, I've been diagnosed with cataracts, level 3 in both eyes, and also glaucoma. When I went to get my eyes checked about a month ago, just to have a record, I wasn't even able to see the big E out of my right eye. I can see very well close up out of my left eye. And I know that after going through the QArc, my vision will be perfect. And I'm hoping that the V9 will improve my vision. I'm looking forward to being able to travel again. I've not traveled for a few years because I'm not easily able to read signs, and certainly wouldn't be able to see things in museums, which would pretty much take the fun out of going to a new place. Also, I have to be careful when I'm walking. I have to know that the sidewalk is level. I'm very careful. I'm so looking forward to having perfect vision, and I'm looking forward to helping others by working in a healing center. Here's to perfect health for everyone on the planet.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.